how did I know I was having a miscarriage? Like, so fine. On this day, I woke up. Everything was fine. Like, each and every day in the woke up, my baby daddy would ask, like, oh guys, Sana. Those were the moments. He would ask, how's everything? How's the baby? And I'm like, now the baby is fine. Everything. Hey my lovings, please do welcome back to yet another episode of my life. My name is Uendi for those of you who do not know me, but I now go by the name of Usis Melissa Luditi. Okay, so this is my space, this is my show, and this is my comfort zone. To my returning subbies, thank you so much for coming back. And to my new babies, please do welcome and welcome and welcome. Please do stay and become part of the family. So guys, I am trying by all means to change the intro. I haven't changed it for now, but I'm still trying to change the intro because someone actually commented, Bana, they're not happy with the okay that I do. But remember guys, this has been my signature for the longest time, so I'm not able to just change everything. So I'm still trying to find something that I can use and removing the okay. And also I feel like the intro is a bit too old, because I started with this intro while I was still in Yumakoti, but I'm no longer in Yumakoti now. Most of you already know that I am Usis Melissa Luditi. So I am trying to change the intro. I'm still trying to find something. So if she's watching this, please forgive me for now. I am still trying to find something that's going to work for me and something that's going to work for you guys. Okay? Sana, it's the formality for me. And it's a formal. But anyway, so today's topic is, okay, I think this is my second or third sit down video that I've done with you guys. And yeah, but today's video is not something that I normally do, or maybe it's not something that I normally speak about on this channel more often. But I just decided, man, let me just speak about it because I realized that there's a lot of people going through the same thing. Yeah, I know it's a bit sensitive. It's one of the most sensitive topics to speak about, but it's something if at the end of the day. So the reason why I decided to speak about this is because each and every time I post something, maybe I post on TikTok, I get a lot of DMs to ask me about this situation. So I'm just thinking, but let me just do a video so that you know. So for me, this is not something like recent. This is not something that happened recently. I know there are people who might be watching this video recently, but for me, like, it's something that happened like a long time ago. But yeah, obviously it's not something you can just get over in one night. Okay, so today we are gonna speak about the loss of a child that I had. That was back in 2017. On the 8th of March in 2017. So like I do get a lot of questions from people, like for instance wanting to know how did I know I was miscarrying, like who was I with, who did I tell, you know, all those things. So I just wanna answer those questions now. There's actually someone who sent me a DM, I think Izolo, on Facebook, and she told me she's been trying to have a baby. She's had like miscarriages too, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's one thing, Sana, as a woman you shouldn't go through. But again, God's will, so the first question I'd like to take, how far along was I during that time? Okay, so when it happened, I went to the clinic today, ne? And then the following day it was Sita. So remember, when you first go to the clinic, we are test they test you and they give you another date to come back. Obviously they don't do like everything at once. So I'm not sure how others operate, but so it was just and yeah, that was just about it. How I found out, if there's one thing about me, ndiyakhawuleza uzibhaqa. Like mna, I think ndiyakwazi uzifumana mna 3 days after so sorry guys. So as I was still saying, so mna ndiyakhawuleza uzibhaqa xa ndiyenda pregnant. So I'm not sure like yenza kanjani, but like that was my first pregnancy, and then the second pregnancy obviously with my daughter. So like ninjalo. So yeah, I did the tests and like they were positive. So okay, so how I found out, the first thing that happened in Dawa, then I got Pick and Pay, the hotel, imagine. So in Dawa, nothing, in fact, I got Pick and Pay, and that was the first sign, Ubana, yeah, the pregnant. And then any sign I had isinga, and yeah, that's how I knew I was pregnant again. And then I did the test came back positive. Sana, I was so happy. I was so over the moon, like the excitement. I went to tell baby daddy. He was so excited. Like we're both so excited, Shem and Funkoka. And I think that was the happiest moments of our lives. And he went to tell his mom, obviously. And I also told my family on my side, and everyone was excited. Besides my mom, I think I've told you guys the story about my mom. Besides here, she wasn't that excited, but like everyone else was. So we're already doing name planning and everything for the baby. So that's how it happened. That's how I found out. Also during that time, I was still a student, so I was still at RAISE. I was starting at CPUT. So I'm a student during that time, and imagine being pregnant while you're still a student. But then in Dala, I was old enough to have a baby. I didn't have a baby at 16 or at 18. I was old enough to have a child. Sorry. So another question that I want to answer, how did I know I was having a miscarriage? Like so fine. On this day I woke up, everything was fine. Like each and every day in the woke up, my baby daddy would ask like, oh guys, Sana, those were the moments. He would ask how's everything, how's the baby, and I'm like, the baby is fine, everything is fine. I went to campus and then I came back. So late, I think it was around past 8. I still remember, because no, not even past 8. I think on 9 or 10, because yeah, on 9 or 10. And the bathroom, When we get bathroom, I'm trying to wipe. Obviously, we are wipe and you wipe her, the tissue comes back, and I'm like, what's going on? And it was a shock. Honestly, for me, it was a shock. And one thing is, I have a friend of mine, a guy friend of mine. Most of you, okay, some of you can know he's my friend. He would be like, Sana, Andy Googles everything. You cannot debate with Andy without using Google. That's me. I use Google for everything. So I went on Google that day, the same time when I saw the blood. It wasn't a lot, but it was just drops of blood and tissue. And I googled, and then Google sometimes it's normal for a pregnant woman early stages bleed. And I'm like, okay, as long as clots, and then I'm like, okay, then which means I'm still safe, because I'm just bleeding. I'm bleeding finally, and then I text Umagazwam. She's one of the most flexible people that I can talk to about everything. I text her and I'm like, Sana, this is what's going on in the teeny. And she's like, Sana, don't even ask. And lucky enough, and it was just next to Grooteskill Hospital. So a toilet, no, the blood has changed. Literally, like in the flow, like it seems like the periods, but I call periods, the pregnant, so periods and then I was staying with my friend during that time. My friend had just had a child. Did she just have a child, or was she still pregnant? But I'm quite sure, no, but I think she was still pregnant, because yes, she was still pregnant. She was due in June, as this thing happened in March. So she was due in June. So she was still heavily pregnant. So I tell my friend, man, like in Dalila, not even to tell in Dalila, like I'm crying, like, because in the shocked about when there's blood, there's clots, but also I'm not feeling any pains. That was the strangest thing about it. I'm not feeling any pains, but there's clots, there's blood, a lot of it. And then she was like, no, let's request to a hottest gear. Or she goes down and then she calls upaps tata way to rest father way to, and then to drive me to a hottest gear. But I'm not feeling any pains, guys, like I call pains at all, nothing. And I'm like, nah, then I'm a survivor. I think this is just normal. I think I was a survivor. So we ran he drives me to a hottest gear. While I was still on the way, I was praying. Like, guys, I don't think I've ever prayed ganja in my life. Like, I prayed. I asked God, but there's no way you're going to give me a child. I'm having a child and then you're taking it away from me. Like, that's not fair. I prayed so hard. I've never, guys, I don't think I'll ever prayed the way I did on that day. Because imagine one moment you are expecting a baby, the next moment it feels like you're losing the baby. At that point in time, I wasn't really sure if it was happening or if it wasn't, but I knew something was wrong. We arrived at the Groteskir. They didn't even take time. And then Uqika was like, okay, we're gonna run a few scans to check if the baby is there. Doctor did, and then he was like, okay, let's try the if you know, you know. So he tried Lena Yangapans, and then he was like, Mana, I cannot find the baby's heartbeat. And I'm like, Sana, there's just no way. Remember, guys, I had so much hope. Coming to Esbedlele, I had so much hope and I had so much faith. I knew something was wrong, but also at the back of my mind, I was like, no, man, they can do something. They are doctors at the end of the day. So obviously they have to do something. They will do something. So I told him, but no, there's just no way. He needs to check again. Nyani, he did. And he's like, I can see the baby was there. But unfortunately, there's no baby, which means you've lost the child. I'm like, Njani, it's not making any sense. Like, I didn't do anything. Like, I couldn't lay wrong for me. Like, calculus equation, you just have a lot of questions that you cannot even answer yourself. And then there's no one and no pendulars of questions. You're just answering yourself questions. But unfortunately, you're just asking yourself questions. But unfortunately, I was a pendula. And I'm like, what did I do wrong? I was so cautious all this time. Like, I'm asking the doctor these questions. And I'm like, I remember I got to a point where I asked the doctor, can you please call the second doctor just to be sure? And he was like, I am sure, but I can do that for you. I can call another doctor. A second doctor came. He did his tests, confirmed the same thing, that the baby was there, but unfortunately the baby is no longer there. Sana azayena lila kanje ya. If you've been to Groteskir or maybe any other hospital, like hospitals in Kulumas, I have never cried that much. My best friend was there, Yolanda. Imagine Yolanda is pregnant. She's heavily pregnant. She got 2 or 3 months to give birth, but she was with me during that time. I cried, and then I was like, I told Yolanda, can you please beg them? I want my baby. I want my child back. I was crying so bad, like so bad, and she was trying to beg, Mana. Like, there's nothing that doctors can do, unfortunately. Like, for me also, I think, and yes, man, what I was thinking, because I feel like, Mana, calling Yolanda to speak to the doctors about maybe they're gonna do something like it was just madness during that time, because I was going through and I cried so bad. So the doctor told me, Bana, I'm gonna give you a pill so that you can clean everything. He gave me this pill. Oh, he said I can take the pill within 3 days. I still need to decide if I have to take the pill. And then I was like, when should I take the pill? And then he said, you have like I think it was 3 days. I'm not sure if it was 48 hours or it was 3 days. And then I was like, okay, can I take the pill with me? Sana, guys, I get denial during that. I was with denial so bad because I told him to give me the pill, and then I got home. I was like, Sana, I'm not taking this pill. What if they gave me a wrong judgment? Like, what if the child is still there? I had a lot of what ifs. But as a what ifs, unfortunately, and yeah. So I got to raise, and Shem, people were so supportive. Like everyone who was there, Shem, they supported me a lot. Even my mom, she supported me during that time, because it was like I needed everyone to be next to me. I don't think if you've never been in that position, you will understand what I was going through, unless but I was going through it all. So they said I had to wait for 6 months to try for a baby. That pill, let me think. I didn't drink that pill. I don't think I did. No, I didn't drink that pill. Because I need to drink that pill, and then I need to wait for 6 months to have a baby again. And to myself, I was like, no ways, I'm not waiting 6 months. I need a baby. I want to have the baby. Because obviously I already told myself that I'm having a baby. We both told ourselves that we're having a baby, and the next thing we're not having a baby. Like, I was like, I am not waiting another 6 months. I need to try now. So told my baby daddy that I'm ready to try again. And for him, and I think he felt sorry for me, or he didn't want to pressure me, or but he was like, before we try or before we do anything, we first need to undergo a doctor and then see bana right now for ukera umdana again. And I was like, I can take that, I can do that. But I think that's in clinicile way too. I think that's clinicile because we only as a clots they came out. So I think that's in clinicile already. So yeah. So we went to the doctors to get checked. So it happened on the 8th of March. That was 2017. I think from March njalo we went to a doctor to check, and the doctor did the test, and then we had to come back. And then we had to come back. It tested right, but no, you can carry a child. And then he went, he needs to be tested so that they can see when he's fit enough to carry. Because one thing about men, I think, and it's how the society has labeled this thing to be. But I think if there's one thing about men, when you cannot bear a child, it's always a woman's fault. And I'm not sure about the mentality of because it's not making sense. So the doctor suggested that he also gets checked, and he did. But I think he got checked around June. And then while we're still waiting for his results, and then says guy used her results, and then in July, boom, we found out that we are expecting our second child, which is Oini, my daughter, who's 7, which is currently 7, which is I always call her rainbow baby, because she's a child that was born after a loss of a child. So yeah, rainbow baby. So Amy is 7 years ngoku. So yeah. I just wanted to answer those questions to people that are going through the same thing, to people that have been going through the same thing. Obviously, I don't think it's going to be the same for everyone, or rather for all of us. But I think we are differ, and also there's people that have been trying to have a child abangakwaziyo, and I think I would suggest, in fact, that you undergo a doctor and get checked, because sometimes we might think right, we are fit enough to carry abantwana, but sometimes we are not. So we ended up not going to, we went back to the doctor, and then he gave us the results, and then the results we came back right. But I think when it's not time, I lot pressure, like and timing yakhe nayo also asinoyibalekela. So God's timing sana hengekafiki ngela xesha. So yeah. So after we got pregnant with the second time, sana, I was so scared. I was so scared for my life. And I didn't tell baby daddy, Umana, I am expecting. I think I waited for like 3 weeks. I think I told him after like 3 weeks, I had to keep the news to myself, because during that time, I didn't know what to expect and I didn't know what was to come. So I didn't just want to raise his hopes up and then I get disappointed. Rather, let me take the disappointment on my own. If anything happens, we would go to the doctors, he would get me like medication and everything, because my two had fear. So everyone else started becoming so supportive. Even my mom was so supportive during the second time, because I think for Yena, she felt bana, because Nancy on the other side, she felt like bana, I lost a child because of her, because that I got pregnant. But it wasn't even that. It wasn't even about that. It was just about so I just wanted to motivate everyone and anyone that's going through the same thing, that God is never too late. I know now that I'm saying it, you will think mana because because and it's not even about that. You should have seen how I was during that time, but like time heals. Obviously I was over today, alright, like you're going to right to about everything. I was unfortunately, but God will deliver. God will give you something. Especially when you pray hard about it. Because I said, God, I want a child, and I want a child now. It was up to him to decide to give me the child or not. But also I think what also helped me, since she was pregnant, she was like, that I'm using. She was using as a pills as a clinic, folic acid, ferrous, calcium, I think. She said, can you start using as pills, because as pills so I started using those. Like I was so consistent. Like when she drinks those pills, like in the when she drinks those pills in the like I wasn't pregnant. And imagine for her how painful it must have been, because now she's staying with someone that just lost a child, and on the other side she's pregnant. And there was a time where she had to leave, not that she wanted to, but because she felt that she had to, because flashbacks each and every time. But your fault, but I think she felt like she needs to be right and but ndazama wethu uhilisha. But also always right, it doesn't happen in one day. There are days we think what if what if like those things. But don't beat yourself about it. It was God's will, and he's definitely gonna give you one. Yeah, I just wanted to say that. I don't think there's anything else that I wanted to say, because I just wanted to reply to. I'm just praying and hoping that I've answered all the questions. But if there's anything else that you'd like to know, you are more than welcome just to drop it on the comment section down below. I can't believe I just said that. But yeah, you can just drop it down below, and then I'm gonna try and reply to all questions that you guys might have. But I just want to say love and light. I know how hard it must be for you now if you're going through that, or if you've recently been through that. But it shall be well. Everything is gonna work out at the end. So yeah, guys, I can't believe I did this video and I would cover without breaking down, which means any time does heal. Is it better, because I used to speak about this thing, but now it's getting better. It's getting really better. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna see you on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, to share, to comment, subscribe. Please don't skip ads. Please and please don't skip ads. Love you all, my loves. Bye.